Hello and thanks for watching Best Maths Tutors. We're continuing to go through the Edexcel Foundation Tier Paper 2 from 2019, and it's from Edexcel. And we're on question 21. And we're covering all the questions. So if you find this helpful, we hope you'll consider subscribing to our channel. So what we've got is we've got an equation which is y equals 2x minus 3. And we've got to plot it on the grid below, so this grid here, between the values of x from -2 to 4. And in order to do that, the first thing we need to do is we need to do a table of values. So the table of values will have x's as the first row. So I'm going to have a row of x values going from the -2 and then -1, 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So I'm going to just draw a line underneath that, and then we're going to try and from them find all the values of y that this equation would give us. So the easiest way to do this is to, below here, write down what the equation actually is. So starting off with the 2x there, and then the -3, and then I'm going to add another line then, and we're going to write y below that. So what that's going to allow me to do is, for each one of these x values that we've got, we can then work out what 2x is and then take away 3 from it. So actually, since we're always taking away 3, we can write -3 all the way along, -3. And we're going to work out, then on this row here, we're going to work out what 2 times x is. So that 2x means 2 times x. And if x is -2, then 2 times -2 would give us -4. So I can write that there. And then if x is -1, or 2 times -1 is -2. If x is 0, 2 times 0 is going to be 0. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4, 2 times 3 is 6, and 2 times 4 is 8. And then in order to work out the y value, I'll just put this line in here. In order to work out the y value, we're just going to take the value that's here and the value that's here and add them together, and that will give me the y value. So the first one, we've got -4, take away 3. So if we think about a number line, -4, take away 3 means we're going to go further negative, and that's going to give us -7. And then if we're at -2 for the next one, take away 3, it's going to give us -5. 0 take away 3 gives us -3. 2 take away 3 takes us to -1. 4 take away 3 is 1. 6 take away 3 is 3. 8 take away 3 is 5. So these are all the y values for each one of these x values that I've got. Just draw this in so we don't get too confused with which value is with which. And so our first point that we're going to put on the graph is for x is -2 and y is -7. So if I just move this up here so we can hopefully get that on. So we've got x is -2, y is -7. I'll just write that as a coordinate here. So that was -2, -7. So if we try and plot that, and we've got to go to -2 on the x, which is here, and where it meets -7 on the y. So that gives me a cross there. So our first point. The next value we've got is this -1 and the y value, which is -5. So -1, -5. And so we're going to put that where the x value and the y value meet. So you can imagine projecting down here, projecting across. So that would give us a point there. Then the next value is 0 -3. So I'll put that on there. There's 0 for the x, -3 for the y. The next value is 1 minus 1. So that's going to be there, minus 1 for the x, minus 1 for the y. 2 and 1. So that's going to be 2 on the x and 1 for the y. 3 and 3. So that's going to be there. 3 for the x, 3 for the y, and 4 and 5. So 4 and 5 is there. And then finally, all we need to do is simply join those points up, and we should get a straight line, which we do if we've done it correctly. And that's that question done, question 21 done. Question 22 is a question where someone's done a survey about people wanting to go on to a trip for students. So a survey has been conducted for a sample of 30 students about where they'd like to go for the day trip. So we can see in this table we've got various different places we'd like to go, or being asked as potential places to go. So a theme park, and of those 30 students, 10 said they would like to go to the theme park. And for the theatre, 5 have decided they want to go to the theatre, sports centre. 8 have said they want to go to the sports centre, and seaside, we've got 7 wanted to go to the seaside. So we've got this data, and because it's only a sample, which means she's not asked all of the 195 students, she's just asked some of them. So that's what makes it a sample. We've now got to work out how many of the 195 students will want to go to the theme park. Well, we're interested really in the fraction of the sample size that she's asked. So if she's got 10 students want to go to the theme park, then it's actually 10 out of 30 students, so 10/30ths, which we could simplify. So we could make that cancelling top and bottom of this fraction by 10, we'd get 1 and we'd get 30. So we found that of the sample size, we found that 1/3 want to go to the theme park. And in which case, since we're actually asking it's 195 students that are going, it's going to be 1/3 of the 195. So we can do that as a multiplication. 1/3 times 195. To multiply by a fraction, we can divide by the bottom. So we could do 195 divided by 3, and then you multiply by the top. So we're going to divide 195 by 3. So 3's into 1, doesn't go. 3's into 19 then, if we carry the 1 onto the 9, goes 6 times, because 6 3's is 18. And that would give us a 1 remainder, which we carry on onto the 5. So then we go 3's into 15 is 5 with no remainder. So we've got 65 when we divide by the 3. And then if we times by the top, we've just got 1 times 65, which is obviously 65. So we're guessing or estimating that of the 195 students, we think that 65 students want to go to the theme park. Well, that's our answer for that one. We could actually use the calculator if we wanted, because we're on the calculator paper. So it would be easier, obviously, just to say 1/3, and then just times the 195, and we get the same answer, 65 there. For the next part of the question, we've got to state any assumption that we've made and explain how this might affect our answer. So our answer was that we think of the 195 students, 65 wanted to go to the theme park. But in doing that, we're assuming that she's taken a representative sample. So that means that she's taken a fair sample of the people in the, if we assume it's a school that this is. So she should have asked people from all ages and groups within the school. And if she hadn't taken a representative sample, she might just have asked her friends. And if she's done that, then how might this affect our answer? Well, she could get a biased answer then. So we might think that there's more or less of the 65 students who want to go to the theme park. So the 65 might not be the right answer then if we've got a biased sample. If you found that helpful, I hope that you will like our video and also subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.